I got a special look at the brand new Montech HyperFlow Digital 240mm AIO, a cooler that's been popping up a lot lately. Everyone is always looking for the highest quality, lowest price point, best performance hardware. And honestly, you might have just found it here. So, full transparency, Montech did send this out to me for free, but there was no expectation of even making any content for it. This video is 100% my personal opinion on this product. So, cheers, Montech. I appreciate you sending it out. All right, let's take it out of the box, and then I will let you know how it's been performing over the last couple of weeks that I've been using it. Inside the box, Montech gives you pretty much everything you'd expect from a modern AIO. You've got the 240mm radiator, pre-installed fans, mounting hardware for both AMD and Intel, and some really clean cable management accessories as well. The first thing that stood out to me were the fans, coming pre-installed and pre-wired. If you've ever spent time routing fan cables and trying to daisy chain RGB headers behind a radiator, you know how much of a blessing this is to be able to have it all already done for you. It's one of those small details that can sometimes be a personal preference. If you don't necessarily want it that way, then you have to completely undo it and then redo it. But one of those things that I definitely appreciate and shows that Montech is actually thinking about the end user experience and not only solely how do we make this as cheap as possible. With a look at the actual cooler itself, the radiator honestly feels really solid. It's a 27mm thick aluminum radiator, 20 fins per inch, so it's built for some strong thermal efficiency. You're also getting Montech's new E28 ARGB fans rated up to 2200 RPM and designed for high static pressure, which is key for pushing air through these really dense fin stacks. The tubing feels really sturdy, flexible enough for most case layouts, and honestly, the pump block has this really sleek digital display that gives you the real-time temperature and whether you want CPU or GPU temperatures, but something we'll talk about in a little bit here. Installation went surprisingly smooth, at least initially. Everything lined up well. The fans were already installed, so it saved me a lot of time and was able to just put it on the case here. I ended up putting it on my personal computer, which I've got kind of on this workbench style of open case here. So it was a little bit interesting getting it to work on the case as exactly the way that I wanted it to, but I thought it worked really well and honestly was pretty darn easy to install. Very, very minimal amount of work going into something like this if that's what you are looking for. Now, I did hit one small snag when I installed this, and that is the fact that the display can't be rotated. So the first time I installed the block, I put it on upside down. There was nothing on the actual block itself to say this way is up and this way is down. And unfortunately, the software that Montech has packaged with this AIO at the moment is very, very basic. And that's on purpose. I love the fact that they did that. It's very lightweight and doesn't take any resources from your computer to run. But that being the case, there wasn't much customization on what you can actually do with the screen, like being able to flip the display over. And unfortunately, there's nothing in the manual that describes this kind of behavior on the screen either. So you just have to go off of what the picture actually shows on the box. You need to install it this direction for the numbers and everything on the AIO pump block to be that direction. So I unfortunately installed it upside down the first time. The good thing is it wasn't a huge deal to take off. Not only did the cooler come with pre-installed thermal paste on the block, but it also came with an extra tube of thermal paste as well. So wasn't a huge deal. I didn't have to spend a bunch of extra money or time going and getting more thermal paste. It was just a simple take it off, flip it over, and put it back on. But this is one of those things that I do have to mention, as one, it's not listed in their manual. That's one of those things that you should probably have in their Montech. But also it's one of those things to think about when you are deciding on what case you want to use and how you want your tubes to be positioned in your case. If there's a potential that you want them a different way other than the way that it shows here on the box, on a different side, on a different angle, you don't want the tubes in that specific spot, there's no other options. You can't flip the display over, whether through software, whether physically. It is permanently set up that way. All right, so I haven't done any full benchmark suites, anything like that, but I have run some quick stress tests as well as played a lot of games, edited some videos on my PC. I'm currently running the i7-14700K, and compared to the Thermalright Peerless Assassin that I was using before, and I know that that's a air cooler versus an AIO, so it's not a great comparison, but it did save me about 10 degrees cooler under just about any type of load that I was doing. So that's honestly better than what I expected for coming from such a highly rated air cooler to a 240 millimeter AIO. But honestly, and especially for the price range that you can find this cooler in, as well as the extra screen and temps and aesthetics that this provides, I think this is a great option for stepping up from an air cooler to an AIO that looks pretty darn nice, I think. So definitely impressed with their performance so far, especially for the price that you're getting it at. All right, so not to continue harping on the screen and the customizations again, Montech did this very intentionally. They designed this screen to not take up extra resources on your computer, to not be too overly over the top and be the Trikes, panorama kind of competitor. This is a different class of cooler. It is meant to be inexpensive while still giving you some of those features. One feature, though, that I do wish that we had, you have full ARGB control of the fans as well as the area around the CPU block, but the actual contents of that screen, the temperature and the coloring of those things, you do not have control over. So the options that come in the software, you can choose to display your CPU or your GPU temperature, and you can display it in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Now, I would love to be able to customize the colors of those, even if it was maybe some basic colors. Let me change it from white to red to blue to yellow, maybe a couple of those basic colors. I don't even need full RGB on that, but the fact that it's stuck at blue and green for certain pieces of that screen make it a little bit hard to really pick out and define what you want as your color setup when you're always going to have some of those colors on that screen. Even though they're very, very, very tiny, if you're particular and you care about the aesthetics of your machine, that is, again, something to think about with this cooler. So final thoughts here. Overall, I think the Montech HyperFlow Digital 240 millimeter AIO honestly nails that balance between ease of use, cooling performance, and aesthetics for a lot of people. You're not going to be spending $200, $300 on this, but you're still going to get the performance and the aesthetics out of a really nice looking AIO. Yes, I would love to see a rotatable display and maybe a few more color options, in the software, but honestly, for the price, this thing is punching way above its weight class. If you're a gamer or a streamer looking to keep your CPU temps under control without dropping a fortune and while still looking pretty darn good doing it, this CPU cooler should be on your short list. So thank you again to Montech for sending this AIO out. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.